In this video, we're going to take our DeFi usage to the next level. Once you become comfortable using a variety of DeFi applications, the next step in your DeFi journey is to learn how to find new protocols yourself. New protocols are how you find the most cutting-edge products and opportunities before the crowd. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk through our strategies for finding new DeFi projects on Solana. Welcome back to the DeFi 101 course. This course was made with support from the Solana Foundation and is designed to take you from a crypto investor to a crypto user. You can find a link to the full course playlist as well as supplementary written materials down in the video description. Now let's get into it. First, why does this matter? New projects have the most upside, but also the most risk. They're often underpriced, underexplored, and experimenting with new models. But they're also unproven, lightly audited, and sometimes easy to miss. So the real opportunity is this. If you build a system for tracking new projects, you can position early, ask better questions, and make smarter decisions. You're essentially putting yourself in the shoes of a venture capitalist or angel investor. You need a system for finding new projects and a framework for assessing them. Let's start with what the data tells you. The first method for finding new projects is to use on-chain metrics. To start, we'll use a platform called DeFi Llama. The first metric that you might use to find new projects is revenue. In recent years, especially on Solana, many applications have focused on building sustainable businesses and actually creating products that people are willing to pay to use. At the top of the DeFi Llama homepage, start by selecting the Solana filter. This will filter to only Solana protocols. Then scroll down and select revenue to view a breakdown of revenue for protocols on Solana. I usually like to sort by the highest revenue projects and look for outliers that I'm not already familiar with. You might also choose to search for projects by TVL. TVL represents deposits in a DeFi protocol and was historically the most commonly used metric. Head over to the Chains tab, select Solana, and filter by TVL change. Projects that jump in TVL usually do something like launch a new product, launch a token, or launch a new incentives program. Another powerful dashboard on DeFi Llama is their recent listings page. This page shows all of the newly listed projects on DeFi Llama. Since DeFi Llama is the most comprehensive DeFi dashboard, usually this is a great place to stay on top of newly launched apps. Just remember that being listed here doesn't mean that a project is safe or vetted. You still need to do that part yourself. More on this in a later video. The second resource we'll use is Birdeye. Birdeye tracks tokens on Solana and gives early signs of token activity like volume spikes, listings, or major liquidity movements. Another site for metrics is DappRadar. DappRadar shows trending apps by user count. This can show you whether a trending app like a game is suddenly gaining a lot of players. You could also use a blockchain explorer like Solscan. You can search for recently deployed verified contracts or watch high activity wallets. If a new smart contract suddenly has 5,000 interactions, something interesting may be happening. Think of this as scouting where the players are heading rather than just watching the scoreboard. Besides metrics, another place where you can find new listings and new projects before the crowd is in Discord and other private groups. Superteam is a great Discord for this. They have Discords around the world, India, Vietnam, Turkey, and these regional DAOs have some of the best Solana devs posting their work in progress. You'll often find demos weeks before products go live. You can also go straight to the Solana Foundation Discord. There you'll find channels dedicated to new launches and builders. Business in the world of crypto lives on Discord and Telegram. Follow who's building, what they're building, and how they're iterating, right where they're talking about it. You can also dive deeper into individual project Discords. Check out their announcements and their governance channels. That's often where you'll hear about new forks, new vaults, or hidden airdrop hints before it's widely available. Project Discords can also be a great place to network and meet others. Over time, your connections will help you be even more ahead of the curve. The earlier you show up, the closer you are to the source. You can also find new projects in hackathons, grants, and incubators. Some of the best Solana projects, Jito, MarginFi, Backpack, all started at hackathons. You can look at the official Solana hackathons, watch submissions, not just the winners, because finalists often keep building. Even small, scrappy teams sometimes go on to ship real products. You can also look at super team bounties. They post requests for proposal style prompts. If you see the same problem tackled by multiple teams, it means Solana wants that solved. Expect attention and funding to follow. This is kind of like seed investing with public tools. You're watching founders test their MVPs in real time. But what about risks? What should you be watching out for? New doesn't mean safe, and in fact, usually it means more risky. Most early projects have unaudited contracts or tiny bug bounties. And that's totally reasonable because audits are expensive, but it is a risk you need to watch out for. Also be aware that tokenomics might not be live, which means that once incentives start, suddenly there may be a lot of dilution. And if there are token incentives, spikes in metrics like TVL could be driven by farming rather than real use. Founders sometimes disappear or pivot without warning in crypto, so you always have to be careful about that. So always ask, is this contract verified and deployed by the actual team? Is the TVL sticky, or will it drop when emissions stop? And most importantly, is there real usage, or are these just a few large whales farming rewards? You can use tools like rugcheck.xyz or verified GitHub commits to help reduce the risk and make sure that the project is what it claims to be. You now have a few basic tools to start finding new DeFi protocols yourself. I publish a lot more tutorials like this on this channel, many longer and even more detailed, so be sure to subscribe to check those out. And if you want updates on more DeFi tools, deep dives, and weekly crypto breakdowns, head over to newsletter.dynamodefi.com. And for more tutorials like this one, check out the rest of this DeFi 101 course. Until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.